Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about some of the Power Ranger actors from previous years that have appeared in other things other than Power Rangers, because believe it or not, there has been many seasons with many actors who have played Rangers themselves. And sometimes you might not know that some of them have appeared in other shows, because that's the whole thing about acting is you do one project and you go on to the other. But sometimes some actors are not so lucky, so it's always nice to see a Power Ranger actor succeed at the craft they're working on. Power Rangers isn't known as the greatest show with the gift of acting, but sometimes we do hit a good actor or two in a couple of seasons. So I want to showcase some actors that have appeared in other things other than Power Rangers, because it's always nice to see a familiar face on a current show that you're watching. So let's get right into this. Who are some of these Rangers? Let's start off with the obvious one. Amy Jo Johnson, who played the original Pink Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, was in the 5-season TV series Flashpoint. That's right, that show was actually filmed here in Toronto, so I was very happy when I heard Amy Jo Johnson was living in Toronto just to film the series. I thought that was really cool to me, and I got to meet Amy Jo Johnson, who is really cool. She is still one of the best Pink Rangers out there. Next, anime fans might recognize this name, Yong Bosch, who has done a lot of anime in recent years, voice acting. He also was in the original Akira film. He did the English dub of the main character. This might not be a name that people will recognize, but you might recognize his sister. Christopher Kamen Lee, who played Andros, the Red Ranger in Power Rangers in Space, is actually related to Cheryl Leigh, who plays Alex Danvers from Supergirl. That's right, Kara's older sister. So that's actually a nice little connection from Supergirl to Power Rangers, I thought. What's even more interesting is that both of these siblings actually starred in a movie together where they kiss. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially when you're a young actor trying to make a living. You'll do anything for money. Next on the list, I have Archie Ko, who played Archie Johnson in over 100 episodes of CSI. Archie Ko played the Blue Galaxy Ranger in Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. So he got to play a recurring role in CSI, which was really nice. And his co-star, who played the Yellow Ranger in Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, Serena Vincent, went on to play the girl who showed her tits in Not Another Teen Movie. So I'm sure a lot of people who saw that movie haven't forgot her. Keith Robinson, who played the Green Lightspeed Ranger in Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, would go on to play a role in 2006's Dreamgirls, starring Eddie Murphy and Jamie Foxx. This was even more cool when Keith Robinson got to perform at the Academy Awards in 2007's Academy Awards. He got to play on stage in front of a whole crowd of celebrities. And as a Power Ranger fan, that was actually really cool to see. Power Rangers Time Force's Blue Ranger, Michael Copon, who played Lucas, went on to play the young Scorpion King in the first prequel direct-to-video, The Scorpion King: Rise of a Warrior, taking over the role from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And look, this movie is what you probably thought it was. As if the original movie wasn't that great already. It just got worse from there. But hey, at least it wasn't the worst of these prequels direct-to-videos. That's something. Most recently, if you're a fan of Power Rangers SPD, many fans have noticed the Blue Ranger from that season, Sky, played by Chris Violette. He was recently in Star Trek Discovery as a crew member and even got a few lines in there, so that was pretty neat. This is a connection to an Avengers actor, Jason Smith, who played the Red Ranger in Power Rangers Jungle Fury, actually starred in a series beforehand called Home and Away. Home and Away is a very popular soap opera series down in Australia, and he starred along with Chris Hemsworth. That's right, Thor. So that's the closest we'll ever get to a Power Rangers and Marvel Cinematic Universe team up. Actually, no, it's not. Because Anna Hutchison, who played the yellow Jungle Fury Ranger, got to star alongside Chris Hemsworth in Cabin in the Woods. That's right, that horror movie. That was actually one that I really enjoyed. Anna Hutchison would also be featured in Spartacus. Anna wouldn't be the only Power Ranger actor to be on Spartacus. Iko Darville, who played the Red Ranger in Power Rangers RPM, would also be in the first season of Spartacus. He would also go on to the short-lived series Terra Nova, which would be on Fox, produced by Steven Spielberg. And finally, he would make a supporting role in Jessica Jones. That's right, a Marvel Netflix series. And he would recur in that role once again in The Defenders. And as if we can't, fuel the fire with Marvel versus DC, Ika's co-star, Rose McIver, would go on to play the main character in iZombie, which is a DC Comics property, which airs on the CW, which I believe is going on to its 4th season. She also starred in Peter Jackson's The Lovely Bones, which was a really good movie, I thought. And she would guest star as a recurring character on Once Upon a Time as Tinkerbell. So guys, that was the list I put together of some of the actors that have appeared on Power Rangers, started off on Power Rangers, some of them, and most of them, and have gone on to go on other popular things that a lot of people watch. And I just wanted to point that out because I think it's always cool whenever a Power Ranger actor pops up, especially when they get something, as a recurring role, something successful that we can see them on a day-to-day basis. Because I do think the show has had some pretty good actors throughout the years. And I think some people look down on the show a little bit because it is a kid's show. And some people think, oh, acting doesn't matter on that show. But it does matter for some people. And when we do get an actor that's actually doing a really good job, it is nice when they're noticed for their work. And it's cool when they go on to do big things like Rose McIver and Iko Darville right now, and some of the others I mentioned on this list. So with that being said, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope it was useful to you guys. I hope you learned something. Now you know that, hey, I watched that show and I remember that guy. I didn't know he was a Power Ranger or she was a Power Ranger. Now you know. So there we go, guys. Until next time, I hope you guys liked this video. Subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.